Okay, so let's talk about going on a date with your creativity, or another way you could say it is going on a date with your creative project. So I wrote this morning, which isn't totally unusual. I'm John Hruby. I'm the author of Space Spiders on Prom Day. I'm currently working on Sand Sharks on Spring Break, and just to ground this in a time frame, it's August 2020, because perhaps one day someone might be watching this video and the books are already out. Maybe the movies are already out, okay? You want to hold that vision? Yes. So, but what happened this morning that I thought was so possibly valuable to share with you today is I had time to write. I did what I needed to do right in the morning when I got up. I usually get up pretty early. And I had time to write, and I didn't really want to write. And yet I'm working on this book. And so I said, this is awesome. This is something, let's explore this. Let's see what's going on. So, excuse me. And so I said, well, okay, I really want to finish this book. I'm working on this book. I like this book. I'm actually jazzed about this book. Oftentimes when I think about it, but right now I don't want to write on it. So why is that? What's going on? What can be going on? So I said, oh, well, I just finished the first 6 chapters of Sand Sharks on Spring Break. I sent it out to 3 readers. One reader I'm talking with tomorrow, when I recorded this video, and then 2 others are going to be like the following week, right? And so I'm kind of like in this waiting period, but also we've learned, everyone's learned sort of, you don't get big waiting, right? When I was working out with my brother back when we were teens, we used to belong to the Scandinavian Health Club, and there was this big guy that we would call Muscles. And one time I was standing relatively close to him, and he was with some other guy, and he came up to somebody else who's like, hey, what are you doing? And the other guy's like, oh, I'm waiting for this machine. And Muscles goes, you don't get big waiting. And I was like, that's brilliant, right? And so I'm not going to get a book written by waiting either. So I realized I'm sort of in this next 6 chapters of the book and organizing that and coming together. And I wasn't that excited about it because it was sort of like messy in my head. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. So I said, let's go on a date with my book. Let's go on a date with my creativity. And what does that mean? Well, if you go back to dating, maybe you're in dating time. I've been married for over 20-some years. But the dating process really is asking questions, being curious. Hey, so where'd you grow up? What's your favorite movie? What kind of food do you like? Oh, really? Me too. Oh my gosh, it's so weird. I've never heard of that. Tell me more about it, right? That's dating, curious. So I said, let's do that. Let's just engage in my material, see where I'm at. Let's not make any promises like, oh, I'm going to finish so many words or so many pages. So I sat down, pulled it up where I'm at, and I started just reading. And then I was like, oh, I wonder, that's interesting. I wonder what it could do that. What about this? And all of a sudden, excuse me, the ideas came to me. And I made the promise that I was only going to like go into this creative dating mode for like 20 minutes. Just start building the habit again, getting back into the thing, the next phase, next chapters of my book. And I ended up writing for like an hour. And then I even got up and I was doing something else, and another thought came to me, and I was like, oh, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow to write it down. No. I immediately sat down, pulled out my laptop, and jotted down the next thing I was writing, right? So you always want to capture things that are flowing. So I offer that to you. If you're in a phase or in a place where you're either starting up again or re-engaging or the next level, or sometimes it's the next rewrite if you're working on a book or a project, sometimes it's just like, I'm not that excited. And it's just like, approach it like a date. Just curious, where am I? What's going on? What interesting going? And just re-engage and connect, and then all of a sudden it starts flowing. For your consideration. Have a great day.